My name is Vitina Feo, and I am an account manager here for patient care. For patient care has been around since 1999, and our goal is to help practices find the most optimal ways to monetize automation while at the same time increasing the quality of care that they provide to their patients. We serve practices all over the country. We send over 2 million communications per month. Basically, in other words, we have a pretty good idea of what works and what doesn't in the automated world. So, what's the agenda for this evening? One of our biggest revenue generator in the industry of automated communication is actually recalling. Big brands like My Eye Doctor, Henry Ford Optimize, and Care First, just to name a few of our clients, all use automated recalling as the cornerstone for their business. And the reason is simple, because reaching out to your existing patients is the low cost, high leverage way to fill your schedule for just cents on the dollar. Now, working for patient care has given me the luxury to see what works and what doesn't in thousands of practices around the country. It has also given me great insight about how to monetize automated communications. So, the agenda for this evening is to show you how to monetize your current automated communication system. I want you to understand the principles that make automation profitable. I'm going to illustrate those principles step by step using pre-appointing. And as a bonus, I'm going to unveil the details of for patient care pre-appointing strategy. I'm convinced that if you implement the simple steps that I'm about to share with you in this webinar, you will experience a significant increase in your current number of visits without having to spend more money, just by simply using the resources you already have at hand. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, the key to monetize automation is adding value. I'm sure you have heard this term. It's becoming very popular. In fact, value is the key of engagement. Without value, there is no engagement. Let me explain. Most optometrists' automated recall efficiency is stuck between 15 to 35%. Why? Because patients who wear visual aids seek the care of their doctor every 2 years. The reason for this horrible statistic is that the optometrist industry does not educate patients about the importance of eye exams as a preventive health evaluation. Therefore, when a patient receives a communication from their eye doctor, they simply disregard the communication. They say to themselves, oh, my glasses work, my contacts work, I don't have to schedule an appointment, and that's all. On the other hand, the dentists have done a wonderful job of educating the masses that dental visits are both medical and preventive. So when patients receive a recall automated communication from their dentist, they respond positively and timely. Why? Because they know it's important for their health. It's good for their gums and teeth. As you can see, the difference between both communications has nothing to do with technology, but it has everything to do with value. This is why dentistry enjoys such a high recall efficiency, 75%. And at best, the eye care industry is 35%. The greater the value, the greater the engagement, the greater the health care, the greater the profits. Sending emails and texts and phone calls to your patients is important, is working. It has definitely brought back more patients to your office. But what if we could add value to those communications? I'm going to tell you what would happen if you add value. Your patients will start coming more often. They will start showing up on time and ready for their exams. And as a doctor, you would position yourself to offer a drastically much higher quality care to your patients. And this is what makes automation more profitable. This is how you squeeze more juice from your current automated platform without having to invest more money. Now, let's talk about pre-appointments. Having patients schedule their annual exam in advance emphasizes not only the importance but the value of regular eye health checkups, and it ensures that patients return to your practice year after year, receiving the care that they truly do need in the time frame you expect. In other words, pre-appointment is a powerful recalling strategy. With proper protocol, it enables practices to educate their patients, and in doing so, positioning themselves to drastically offer a higher quality of care to their patients. Now, to us, in the automated world, our goal is to empower you as the doctor to offer the best care possible. And to do so, we must segment your patient database, because greater the segmentation, greater the engagement. What do I mean? I mean partitioning your patient demographic by appointment reason, age, provider, location, and more. Because segmenting your patient demographics allows automation, and in this case allows for patient care to deliver the right sequence of communications with the right message at the right time to the right patient. For instance, should a patient that is due for a LASIK be approached with the same message than one due for a comprehensive eye exam? I don't think so. Engagement is directly related to interest. And if we want to truly engage patients, we need to approach them based on interest. What about pre-appointments? Should pre-appointed patients be handled just as any other patients? The answer is no. Working for 4-patient care has given me the luxury of seeing what works and what doesn't. It has also helped me understand the role of automation in your office. Segmenting is the key that allows us to continue reinforcing the very message that you have already set forth in your practice during the visit. And this is why segmentation is so important. And now this leads me to the third principle of a profitable automation, and that is protocol. But before I talk about protocol, Let me clear the air. I want to address a great big lie that I heard being told out there in the automated communication land. And that is that your staff, your practice, does not have to change the way it works. The new automated platform will do it all for you. While it's true that your automated platform should seamlessly integrate with your practice management system, that your staff should no longer have to make phone calls and send postcards and fill appointments requests, it's also true that simply sending emails and text and phone calls and postcards without adding value will not increase your current recall efficiency. It will not bring more patients back to your office. At the end of the day, you need to answer the question of how to offer the highest eye care possible to your patients. And the answer is very simple. Add value to your patients. Educate them about the benefits of preventive eye care before they leave your office. And show them how much it matters to you by scheduling an appointment for their next annual exam. Not only are educated patients more likely to show up to their appointments, they're more likely to accept recommended treatment as well. And they're more likely to respond to your automated recall communication. As long as a patient thinks that he only needs to come when he experiences blurry vision, your numbers are not going to change. Now, the second big lie that I've been told over and over in the automated communication land is that there is no difference between appointments, and pre-appointments, that they can all be handled pretty much the same. I'm here to tell you that they're wrong. Our split tests consistently tell us otherwise. Every client of 4-patient care that uses our pre-appointment communication sequence doubles and sometimes triples the number of patients coming back to their office. Because the reality is that pre-appointments are not appointments. While appointments are usually initiated by the customer and scheduled 7 to 10 days in advance, pre-appointments, on the other hand, are initiated by the practice and scheduled 1 year in advance. Clearly, a patient who initiated an appointment a week ago is more invested and more likely to keep his appointment than the one who was handed a car with an appointment a year ago. This means that we must approach pre-appointed patients completely differently than appointed ones if we really want them to show up for their appointments on time and ready. Now that I've cleared the air, let's talk about protocol. Extremely high performance practices have a protocol in place, one that ensures that no patient leave the office without understanding the value of preventive eye care. This protocol should clearly explain when the patient should be back, why they should be back, and how and when they will be reminded of their pre-appointment. Remember, an educated patient is more likely to respond to your automated communication and more likely to show up to their appointment. Now, let me quickly share with you the skeleton of a good protocol. Step 1. Have your staff pre-appoint all your patients the day before their appointment. There is no need to ask the patient whether or not they want to schedule an appointment. Simply schedule each annual appointment the day before the patient arrives for the current year's exam, period. After examining the patient, and this is step 2, and explaining the findings, the doctor takes the conversation one step further. He tells the patient when he wants to see him and why. He concludes the exam by saying, Susan, I've reserved the time for your eye health examination for next year. You will receive an automated reminder a month before the appointment. Step 3, let the patient know he has an appointment. The doctor has the staff give the patient a card with the pertinent information. The card reinforces the fact that the doctor has reserved a specific time to see the patient in a year, letting patients know that they will be receiving an automated reminder a month before the appointment. Give patients peace of mind about remembering an appointment that is a year away. Also, in a subtle way, this process takes patients out of the market for an eye doctor. After all, they don't need to worry about finding an eye doctor or making an appointment because they already have one with you. Before I continue, I have a little secret that we have discovered, and I want to share that secret with you. It's a secret that actually can increase your conversions, and it doesn't cost you much. Handle the patient a postcard and have her write her own address with her own handwriting. Then mail that postcard to her 1 month before her appointment. Most patients will call you back to confirm. And this is just a secret, an inside secret from the automated world here at For Patient Care. Now, as I said, the next step is to actually talk to your automated communication provider and set up the pre-appointment follow-up sequence. Now, the first goal of an optimal pre-appointment follow-up sequence is to reinforce the message that was set forth in the office during the visit. And the second goal of a good pre-appointment follow-up sequence is to convert the pre-appointment into an appointment. And what I just said is extremely critical. Right here is where most automated systems go wrong because they fail to understand the principle of conversion. Each communication sequence has a goal, and once the goal is reached, patients must ascend from one communication sequence to another. And I know that's a lot of jargon, but in other words, once a pre-appointed patient confirms or reschedules his appointment, it's time to change the message of the conversation. That's really what I'm trying to say. The patient is no longer a pre-appointment. He is now an appointment, and therefore we need to start reminding that patient of his soon coming up appointment. This little step here, this little subtlety is what separates an automated recall system from a true patient engagement platform. At For Patient Care, we pride ourselves of being more than just a technology company. We bring intelligence into all our engagement channels, and we segment our clients' databases and strategically communicate with them to bring the most engagement possible. Because remember, greater the engagement, better care of your patients, more profit for you. And then here, as I promised at the beginning, I'm going to give you a peek to For Patient Care pre-appointment recall sequence. And let's look at the timing of the sequence. Because pre-appointments are scheduled so far in advance, it's essential to start notify patients a month before their appointment. We recommend our customers to start communicating with their patients 28 days before the appointment via email. if they do not respond, for PC or for patient care, I should say, automatically escalates the communication to a phone call 21 days before the appointment. And if again the patient fails to schedule an appointment, we communicate once more 14 days before the appointment. Now, escalating communication modality with patients is a very unique feature of for patient care. We call this intelligent escalation. Also, for patient care communications give patients the ability to reschedule their appointment during the communication. This actually helps increase conversions because of the convenience that is added in the communication. Now, let's look at the message. And I'm going to emphasize the key part of the message in this sequence. The first thing I want you to notice is that each message reminds patients of the reason for the communication. Remember? We told them that they will be receiving an automated communication from us a month before their appointment. And here we are, we're calling them. The second thing we do when we communicate with them is we offer them the opportunity to confirm, reschedule, or cancel. The greater the convenience you add during the communication, the higher is going to be the conversion. And the third thing we do is, I want you to notice at the 14th day, the message actually creates a sense of urgency. We tell them your appointment is important, but if you don't schedule, we will be giving this slot to another awaiting client. This message is really important. Why? Because now your staff is free to either double book or simply remove the pre-appointment from the schedule without offending the patient. I am passionate about pre-appointing. It's one of my favorite recalling strategies. It's easy to implement. It adds a ton of value to your automated communication. It gives you and your staff a simple platform to educate patients about the value of preventive eye care. It positions your practice to drastically increase the quality of health care you offer to your patients, and it has the potential to double your current number of appointments. And one thing that I didn't write there is that you do not need an automated system to start using pre-appointing. Okay? I hope that you found this webinar extremely insightful. I hope that you discover for yourself the principles that make automation profitable. I will encourage you to find ways to put those principles to work in your office. Remember, the power of automation is in numbers. One little tweak can easily translate into thousands of dollars. If you have any questions, I'm open here to get questions. To answer questions, you will find my contact information in the screen. Please feel free to call me. I love to help clients. I love to help you find solutions, and that's what we love to do for patient care. And I finished the presentation, so if anybody has any question, I'm open to answer.
I think everybody came in on mute, and now that you're the host, you'd have to unmute them. So maybe the best way is just to reach out directly to Bettina if you have any follow-up questions. And thank you for patient care and Bettina and Fred for hosting.
You are very welcome. It was a pleasure to do this for all of you. Have a great evening.
Have a good one.
Thank you, Kristen. Take care, everyone.